The Masterclass series is back! A few weeks ago, I did the first video in my Masterclass series where I joined up with Sean Knoll, aka Chase Jackman, and we built this beautiful scene. And the way this series works is I team up with a master builder, they teach me awesome things in Fortnite Creative, and I show you what they taught me, and we build something beautiful. So today I'm building with Sven P, who is an amazing map maker. Not only does he build really great things in Fortnite, but he also builds in games like Ark or Conan Exiles, and is just in general, he's a really amazing builder. And guys, today I learned so much. There are some things he taught me today that I had no idea about, and I'm gonna use probably every time I build from now on. So you're gonna wanna pay attention. And also just watch this amazing build. This turned out so much better than I thought it would. All right, guys, let's go. So we knew we wanted to build like a cool, fiery, volcanic Bowser type castle. And we started getting out our galleries, and Sven immediately had his first tip.
And set it to build a prop turned off, because it gets bugged if you put it with on. I don't know.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I don't know if that's something that they fix, but sometimes it gets off the natural grid, even if they do build the prop, even if you change the setting back to off.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even know that was, that's good to know, actually. Do you usually build in the lighting setting that you want?
It depends a little. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes lately I've been doing that because it kind of gives a little feeling of what it's gonna look like.
Now that we had our lighting and galleries out, Sven really wanted to impress upon me the importance of building on the grid. Because like, here's a good example. He wanted to resize these pieces to fit on the wall, and because it was on grid when he put the grid snap 2, it fit just perfectly and made it so easy to build out this entire wall without having to spend a ton of time like lining things up. So once we had that done, we could outline the entire exterior of the castle wall in just like 10 minutes, guys. This went super fast. And then he taught me something I'll use forever. Do you have any tricks to like what grid snap do you use when you're, one thing I struggle with sometimes is just getting these to like line up perfectly.
Yeah, so I almost always, when I can, use build to prop off, so that they will snap to the original grid, and then you don't have to spin the thing around.
Oh, I see, and you just kind of just turn your body. Yeah. And the place is perfect. Oh, that's really smart. Well, what if, I mean, like, even if you need like a bigger?
If you do want to do that, I'd say resize it 5 times up or 5 times down or 10 times up, 15 times up, 20 times up. You don't want to do that much up, but
increments of 5 then?
Yeah, because that's when they start actually where they start meeting each other properly.
So that's kind of what the grid snap is on, increments of 5.
But if you do build grid snap 2, it should be hard to not get it right.
Oh, that's perfect. That's gonna help me so much in some of my maps. After learning all this amazing stuff, we started working on our towers, and then Sven started teaching me some general principles about building a castle.
So one thing that is a little bit problematic with resizing like this is that the windows, for example, and the details in general just gets really big, and it makes the dimensions for the build look a little bit off. It's actually a thing that a lot of castles does, that when in taller buildings, they make the windows look smaller. They make smaller windows so that the castle will actually look bigger and more spectacular.
Oh, interesting.
But with this resizing thing here, it creates the opposite effect, kind of.
Oh, I see.
One thing is to sort of like add some like...
just like fake windows?
Yeah.
Next, we built out the center of the map, and it started with the base that Sven did, and he used a really cool trick to copy and paste the walls going straight up so it was nice and flat, and then we placed out all of the towers on the exterior, and then I built another really big tower that we placed in the middle, and then I started building the volcano that was going to come up in the middle, and this is all kind of happening. And then I figured out a really cool thing to do with this lava. You can see how it actually looks like it's flowing down. I was just following the seams of the rock and placing the waterfall so that it looks like it was flowing. So there's probably like 50 waterfalls here, but it looks really good and like it's all flowing down together. I was pretty happy with how the volcano turned out. I started working on placing terrain on the rest of the map when Sven had a really great trick to make sand dunes.
So the standard sand block is very nice. If you resize it all the way, it will actually look exactly the same as the small one. So if you like, they will overlap. The design will go into each other. So you can see that the waves and everything are shared. And that means that if you like if you put something a little bit on an angle like this, it will very easily look very natural.
Oh yeah, totally.
Although that's a little bit too much of an angle.
Yeah. It's a little,
but
but yeah, it's even at that angle, it still looks okay.
so when you then put this outside here, you can sort of almost rotate it. Well, actually, let's go a tiny bit higher. Rotate it around a little, and then
Just make sure it's connected.
for a nice, like sort of like
Yeah,
round natural thing here. Then maybe have the degree a tiny bit further up, and then connect it all the way to the.
Oh, that looks so good. We continued to build terrain out around the map, but felt like the volcano needed an eruption or something, so we grabbed the meteor tail in the meteor particle gallery and placed it at the top, and it looks so good, guys. And then Sven built out a cool entrance to the map, and then I filled in like the terrain around the edges, and there we have it. That's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to me, subscribe to Sven P, and have an awesome day.